Hello, everybody. What you laughing about, Tim?
He asked her what did she do with the moss.
Oh,
Her butt was raw,
oh, okay.
and he started laughing.
Hey, y'all, there's some stuff here I didn't know about. Well, one of the things just happened today, and well, both of them kind of just happened today. But like the first thing was in private, like we didn't know about it, but happened a couple of weeks ago. Well, I got a couple of clips here I'm gonna play y'all. Let's give it a chance for a few people to get in here. We'll give it a couple minutes. Tammy over there watching a movie. I am feeling better than I did yesterday. This this stuff with Fani Willis is real serious, y'all. She's in trouble more than I. It ain't just a judge no more. Yeah, I do. Like brand new news, Tricia. This ain't old news. This is just like in the day, you know. She's hey there, Miss Diana. Yeah, hey boy, boy, I'd hate that to be me. In the, in like the trouble she's in. But man, I ain't just talking about just a judge. We'll give it another minute or so and I'll begin. These clips ain't very long. I don't like to play long clips. I like to play the clips I play. I like to play the clips that's kind of straight and to the point. Yeah, I am feeling better, Judy. Uh, I still don't feel good, but look here. I didn't. I was sick now. Oh man, I was sick. Hey, Pam. Hey, I don't see a bunch in chat, you know. See, let's see, 60 people, but I don't see many in chat, you know. Me and Tammy's been watching a movie over there. And I just scrolled through there. Hey, McDonald. Yeah, it might be a bad cold now, but it was worse than a bad cold. I can tell you that. You can have a, you can have a cold and make it pretty good, you know, but I mean, you still can function pretty good, but I told Tammy, I said, man, I know she had this, what I got. I said, man, I don't see how you went and worked, you know, with all that. She said it was worse on me because I smoked. So, hey there, Kate, and hello to everybody. If I left anybody out, y'all, this Fannie Willis thing, you know, it's growing wings. That's right, Tricia. Hey, Ron. Uh, no, you may know, you may not know. See, it wasn't just Mr. T she was going to get. It's Fani. It wasn't just him. There's like 16 people. And they are 16 big-time people, like senators, and I don't even know the names, y'all. But I know they senators and stuff like that. And she may be bit off more than she can chew. And I would be about willing to bet she could back up and undo all this. Danny, what did you catch? That RSV I had? That was awful. I'm glad you're feeling a little better. Yeah, I mean, I like feeling bad over a week, man. Well, you always like one thing to pick on, Mr. T. But like she's like gonna take she's gonna try to take a bunch of people down. What happened to him, Tammy?
Bear attacked him.
Bear attacked the man on TV. Yeah, I mean, man, y'all know, like, you can't be messing with big time people. And there's also two things that happen, But I'll play you this right here and let you hear this. Need to cut it down a little bit, Tim. Make sure I got it turned up.
Is the threat by the U.S. House Judiciary Committee in a letter to Fulton County DA Fani Willis. Good evening, I'm Russ Spencer in for Tom Hain. Well, we begin tonight, comply or be held in contempt. That is the threat by the U.S. House Judiciary Committee in a letter to Fulton County DA Fani Willis. Good evening, I'm Russ Spencer in for Tom Hain.
I'm Courtney Bryant. This letter comes as Republican committee members claim Willis has failed to send documents subpoenaed as they investigate allegations that she mishandled government funds. Fox News' Eric Perry is live outside the Fulton County Courthouse with the latest tonight. Eric?
Yeah, Courtney, Russ, this is also coming as we await a decision by Superior Court Judge Scott McAfee on if Willis will stay on the Fulton County, Georgia interference election case there. So this is a different investigation out of Washington as this committee is looking into allegations that she mishandled federal funds.
All options are on the table, but I expect her to comply.
U.S. House Judiciary Committee Chairman Jim Jordan says Fulton County Lead Prosecutor Fani Willis has one last chance to submit documents requested or further action will be taken. The committee is looking into allegations of misuse of federal money during the Georgia election interference case investigation.
On all the communications, we got very little from her when we sent the subpoena, so we want the communications both internal and any communications you may have had with the federal government, particularly the Justice Department, regarding these grant dollars.
In a 3-page letter sent Thursday, the committee acknowledges the DA's office sent what they call a narrow set of documents, but they say it's not enough.
A whistleblower has come forward and says she's not just got this ridiculous lawsuit going, but it looks like she also mismanaged, mishandled, misspent, allegedly misspent federal grant dollars.
Jordan claims Willis fired the whistleblower when they tried to stop the DA's office from using the federal money for other purposes like travel, computers, and swag. The DA denies those claims. The letter gives Willis and her office until noon on March 28th to comply.
Any and all communications with the Department of Justice relative to the grant, the application, the receipt of the money, and then maybe more importantly, internal.
Let's see if that starts back up. Oh, I see the internet here's. Oh, you remember the money she was giving her boyfriend? Hey, Joyce. That's the money he's talking about. And like, hey man, I mean, probably in Fulton County, I guarantee you she's the boss now. I mean, probably the whole town. Tammy, you need to get my phone. I'm gonna have to put my hotspot on. This computer does this every now and then. I mean, I could do something to it, but I never seem to do it. Just by a little, it's using the internal modem. And I need to buy an external modem for this. You just plug it into the USB. And I think I even got one, but I just ain't never bothered with it. But I'll get this on my phone here. I'll get the I'll use the hotspot on my phone to finish this out. This and the other video. Watch it, it should pop up right here. Yeah, like, hey boy, like, boy, like, you wouldn't want to be in the spot she's in. There it is, connecting. You wouldn't want to be in the spot she's in, because it's fitting to get worse. I mean, the next video I'm going to show you is something completely different than this. Where like, I can tell that, I can tell you, if the judge don't get her, probably somebody else is. And we talking about losing your law license now. That Jim Jordan and them, man, you know what a bulldog he is. I would hate to be in the wrong. I would hate to be in the right and him asking me questions, you know? Like thinking I was lying. Let me see if I can get this going, y'all.
More importantly, internal communications at the Fulton County District Attorney's Office on how they were going to spend that money.
I asked Jordan if this move is politically motivated.
I say Fani Willis's attack on President Trump is politically motivated. I mean, this is a ridiculous action in and of itself. But our focus and in Congress is to do oversight of the use of federal funds, particularly funds that are coming from the Department of Justice.
Yeah, and back out here live, we have reached out to the district attorney for comment. We're waiting to hear back. They did comment earlier, though, on the termination of that whistleblower. They say they have just cause for that. We are 2 weeks away from that deadline, so it'll be very interesting, and we'll be watching to see if the office will comply. At the Fulton County Courthouse, I'm Eric Perry, Fox 5 News.
Eric, thanks for the latest there.
YouTube Premium is ad-free YouTube, and
you know, you know, I mean, she's got to comply. You can't just decide that, you can't just decide that you ain't gonna go testify. And there's people a whole lot bigger than that judge involved here now. Listen to this and I'll tell you what this means. this is Brian Kemp's office. Now, it's only like 2 or 3 minutes long. But listen to what he's doing, Brian Kemp. I happen to know that Brian Kemp don't like Mr. T. But he is getting some more kind of pressure, or he wouldn't be doing what he's doing today. You understand me? Like, the walls is caving in. And Brian Kemp is not going to let himself get dirty. It's one thing for him to like sit back and act like the blind referee and all that. But there is some kind of tremendous heat going on right now. You know what she should have done? This is actually all her fault. She come up there at the hearing, mad. They tried to get her not to get up there and testify. But, like, oh no, couldn't tell her nothing. And the more she talked, the more she revealed herself. Just like we do when we talk on YouTube. You start knowing us. Here you go.
Meanwhile, tonight, there is now an oversight panel with the power to discipline and even remove state prosecutors.
Governor Brian Kemp signed that bill into law today, saying that the panel will hold prosecuting attorneys accountable for their actions. The 11 Alive's Bobeth Yates is live tonight from the state capitol to explain the changes this will bring. Bobeth?
Well, Ron, officials say this move today will give residents and lawmakers more options to ensure that Solicitor Generals and DAs are doing their job. And with the stroke of a pen, it was official. Governor Brian Kemp says the state will hold district attorneys accountable.
Today, we are renewing our commitment that we won't forfeit public safety for prosecutors who let criminals off the hook.
The new law revives the Prosecuting Attorney Qualification Commission, tasked with overseeing complaints filed against district attorneys and solicitor generals. The commission can investigate alleged misconduct, discipline, remove, or even force retirement, depending on the situation.
When out-of-touch prosecutors put politics over public safety, the community suffers and people and property are put at risk.
Previous versions of the law restrict the disciplining of a DA on
At risk over public safety. The community suffers and people and property are put at risk.
Previous versions of the law restrict the disciplining of a DA until the Supreme Court seeing complaints filed against district attorneys and solicitor generals. The commission can investigate alleged misconduct, discipline, remove, or even force retirement, depending on the situation.
When out-of-touch prosecutors put politics over public safety, the community suffers and people and property are put at risk.
Previous versions of the law restrict the disciplining of a DA until the Supreme Court affirmed the ruling. But in November, the state Supreme Court refused to approve the rule. The version signed today removes that requirement and gives the 8-person panel more power to move forward without the Supreme Court.
A change Athens-Clarke County resident and former state senator candidate Scott Howard says will help his community.
We have serious concerns about the job performance of our district attorney. She has been, very unsuccessful at prosecuting criminals in our area.
When the previous version of the bill was considered, many vowed to file complaints against Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis for her prosecution of former President Donald Trump. It caused many DAs across the state to speak out against the measure.
As you know, there are already legislators who have vowed come October 1st to file commission complaints against district attorneys here in Georgia for just doing their job.
And in one of her previous interviews on the matter, DeKalb County District Attorney Sherry Boston says the law is an assault on democracy.
To drag DAs in front of a commission around decisions that they have been given constitutional right to make, we are embarking on a very dangerous journey.
Now, when the law was signed into law today by the governor, it went into effect immediately, giving the commission the authorization to move forward.
All right, Bo Beth, thanks for the update there. New tonight.
It don't matter what the judge does tomorrow. She's got a leash around her neck now. Now, I don't know if y'all heard the same thing I heard, but she's letting a lot of criminals go. I don't like him neither. MJ. But us in Georgia, we was forced to vote for him. The last time. What's that woman's name, damn, that run against him in Georgia? He ain't your mama woman.
I can't remember. Hold on. Oh, Abbott? No. Oh my goodness, I can't think of it.
I can't never remember her name either. She's a black lady. And she ran against Governor Kemp. And she claims she was cheated. Stacey Abrams is right. I think Ed had to tell me that the other night, me and Ed was talking. That's who it was. I say, we was forced to vote for Kemp. Hey there, Ed. But y'all, this thing has got big. And she let stupidity and ego, both stupidity and ego, get in the way. I mean, I guarantee you, like, whatever she says in Atlanta, hey, look here, boy. I bet you better not even look at her hard. How do I know that? I don't know how I know that. But I bet you better not even look at her hard when she says something. And I know a bunch of y'all know stuff. The governor of a state is actually, he's the boss of that state, the governor. Whatever he says goes, you know. Like what he done today. You know, they just made that law. They put a leash around her neck. Danny, I agree on that. Ain't that sweet, Carol? Boy, I bet you she wish she could back up. And this is what I was telling y'all, I think, last night, you know. So, she's a puppet, see. I might even been over there at Stevens whenever I was talking about it. And the people that put her up to this, there's nothing gonna happen to them. It's like the people that put Mr. Magoo up there. He's running himself. He's the one that's going to go down in the history books, not the ones that's telling him what to do. That's why I said I even feel a little sorry for him. And I'm not even so sure that he even knew how this was going to turn out. You know, the way it is, you know. I've seen him cut his mic off. I've seen him come get him. You know, they won't let him answer questions, you know. Like one of y'all told me, like elder abuse, you know. They did the same thing with this Fani. She's like slobbering at the mouth. Oh, hell yeah, I'll get him. You need to worry. I'll get him. And, you know, I was telling you, like, you know, everybody's got friends. You know, I mean, the baddest person in the world, you know, has got friends. You know, this is a little off subject, but it's still the same thing. What's that woman in New York? Is it Jessica? I mean, she's a DA. I can't remember her name. But there ain't been a whole lot said about that, you know what I mean? But she was getting on there saying how much the interest was every day that Mr. T didn't pay the interest. It's like $100,000 a day. You know, I was telling y'all, you know, he probably ain't got $450 million under his mattress.
There they are, Danny.
There it is, Tim. Oh, yeah.
All of them have
Okay. Hey, what's the woman that Donald Trump got the $450 million fine? What's the woman, the DA? Is it from New York? But anyway, Letitia James is right, Trish. Thank you, Trish. See, I can tell Trisha's smart because she bought an antenna from me. She bought an ultimate antenna from me one time. But, like when she got out in the city and in the world, she's finding out that what she's doing ain't so cute to everybody. Yep, that's right. And it ain't fitting to quit neither, Donna. You know, when you know, there was that Letitia James. She went to some church where there's a bunch of firefighters and stuff. You know, they booed her, you know. Hey, Bloomin'. They booed her. The firefighters booed her. And then she was going to go after the firefighters. And she actually said this, you know. I seen this, you know. She said, you can come forward or we will hunt you down. And she changed her mind about that. No. She ain't that Letitia James woman. She probably ain't prospering too good. I wouldn't want it to be me. And then me walking around New York, going to work and leaving and going out to dinner. Don't you know that she probably catches it everywhere she goes? The firefighters tend, that's right. They sure do. I sure do, though, drummer son. Yeah, and I'll tell you what, I bet you, she's a multi-millionaire. Letitia James is a multi-millionaire. And I bet you $100 there's investigators investigating her right now. Day and night. Now, I ain't heard that. I'm just guessing. And see, that's what, this Fani, that's what got her, was investigators. They started digging in. Mr. T hired them. And they started digging in. Yeah, I think he really loves America. Well, y'all, I can tell you, I don't think this is going to end good for her. You lose your law license. I think they make about $200,000 a year. But that ain't bad money. So this Fani woman took this money that Jim Jordan's talking about and paid her boyfriend, which is a prosecutor, more than what the President of the United States makes. And something you might but not be thought about. This was only the beginning of the money given. I'm pretty sure this was only the beginning. Like if you're working on a big job, you do what you do like what you call get a draw. You work a week, I've done it, plenty of times, You work a week and you get a draw. They don't come and pay you all the money for the whole job after you work a week. You get what you call a draw. You work another week and they give you another draw, So there was going to be more draws, Oh, is that what it was? At least federal grant money for troubled youth. Oh yeah. I knew they said it was grant money, but I didn't. Man, it's hard to comprehend all that stuff. Like. But I guarantee you, man, I guarantee you, in Atlanta, she's the boss. And she ain't used to being questioned, neither. Hey, Miss Loretta. Yes. Hey, sweet friends, please don't forget to show Danny some support and hit the like button. Oh, y'all, even when the judge rules tomorrow, and this actually could change things. All this that I'm talking about right now, this actually can change things. I mean, like Mr. Kemp getting off the pot, pressure. And then, he may be coming up for election this time. I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure if they go every 4 years or every 6 years. But like, even if he don't like Mr. T, he has to act like he does. Hey, Miss Helen, the most beautiful woman in the world. Okay, and everybody coming in. No. I think she's done broke up with the boyfriend. I actually know somebody like that that's in Dublin. I'll tell you about it. He was a drug dealer. The woman and the man got married. She had a pretty well highfalutin family. She had her own business. And she's highfalutin herself, She married this drug dealer. And they pretended like they broke up. She moved to Atlanta, which is about 100, 2.5 hour drive from here, where I live. He was going to see her every weekend. And I don't mean he just sold little bags out the door, this man I'm talking about here now. He sold pounds, He was pretty big, lived right down the road from me. I actually knew him pretty good, Used to work for me. Made all kind of money. Now, he didn't tell nobody. He done it. That's what he done. He actually had a regular job. Worked over at the wool mill where Grandma worked at, you know. He sure did. You know, but he doing that, you know, he done that too. But anyway, Dave, I ain't really paid no attention, but I've seen a couple times where I think that Fani and the Wade man broke up, you know. But, oh yeah, I wanted to touch on this, you know, like I wanted to hit on this pretty good, because it can cause me to be wrong about my prediction. The heat is on. Hey Ron, hey thank you Ron. Danny, please tell Miss Tammy I spoke to Stephen on the Tuesday on the phone and you and Tammy raised a very respectful young man. I have a stutter and he gave his complete respect in time. But hey, yeah, thank you Ron. And thank you for the super chat. You know, I think like Ron or like only school youngins make fun of the stutter thing. I don't think that happens out in the grown man's world. So don't you worry about it too much. Now y'all back with what I was saying. All this heat you're seeing can actually change things. Where he's saying, hell no, I don't want no part of that. I hear you, Ron. It takes a little while to get used just to talking on camera. Like some people can do it, never miss a beat, and then some people just can't do it all that good. I can talk as long as I'm behind this camera, but if I get in front of it, I can't hardly talk to save my life. So I've been before where I was with somebody gonna do something. You know, I like realized he was about crazy. It wasn't nothing about breaking the law or nothing. But I realized that he was serious and I was just kind of joking around and stuff. And I realized he was crazy. And I started backing up. So, this can change things. You see that governor doing what he's doing? This can change things. You know, he's telling you. That's if you're listening. He's telling you. And I've seen Jim Jordan, you know, he's on that oversight committee or some stuff like that. He is real smart. He'll pin you down, you know. Kent wants to get her, I think. Well, you know, at least I really don't think he wanted to in the beginning, because there's other stuff he could have done. There's other stuff that has happened that ain't got nothing to do with Fani Willis, and he's turned the other cheek. But this is different this time. There's a bunch of important people that she's like gonna take down, you know, with Mr. T. I think about 16 names. And some of them senators. And boy, I don't know how to sit here and tell you enough of the pressure that's on right now. And also, I was telling y'all about a woman that's in a minor wreck and she went to the hospital. She was demanding to go to the hospital. She was about drunk. And she was naked, cussing, raising St. The policeman didn't know what to do. They couldn't shut her up. They couldn't make her be quiet. They couldn't make her do nothing. They tried to make her put her clothes on. She was just standing there. And I ain't talking about one of them pole dancing girls neither. I'm talking about a woman that would break the pole down. I'm gonna see if I can find that and show that to y'all. You would not believe the mouth she had. Raising all that sin in the hospital. How long will you be up? I see that blooming. How long will you be up? I took a nap too. After I do my live, I do the live on Southern Ideas, y'all. It's actually getting pretty good views, you know. Last time I looked, you know. Probably all night now. That's about the way I do blooming. I do all kind of crazy stuff, you know. But I mean, what I do don't matter, you know. What time I eat don't matter. What time I sleep don't matter. I don't have nothing I have to do, you know. I'd rather be on the daytime shift, but I do like the nighttime. You know that, you know, I mean, y'all ain't by yourself, you know, I mean, blooming, me and you ain't by ourselves. Okay, I hear you, Bloom, thank you. We ain't by ourselves, blooming, did you know that the biggest majority of our audience, and I'm talking about grandmas and Stevens, you know, the biggest majority, they don't even get on YouTube until 6:30 in the afternoon. The biggest majority. Like, you know, we can see that in the analytics, you know. What time they get on, you know, the biggest majority. What time they get on YouTube. A bunch of people don't even get on there until like 5 or 6 in the afternoon. We are retired, that's right. Don't matter, does it? And y'all, I've got stuff I've got to do, you know. You know, I got to try to see about getting my camper going. And I know what it's doing. I know what the camper's doing. But I mean, Stephen was building a house and the river was high and just one thing and another. But I did, you know, like the whole time I've been thinking about the camper. And what it's doing is it's overcharging the battery. And it's ruining the batteries. The campers has a charger on them. It'll keep, you know, like when you got that generator running, it's charging the battery and so a battery charger, y'all, you know, I mean the good ones, they'll cut off when they need to cut off. And they'll charge when it needs charging. Well, mine ain't cutting off. It is boiling the batteries. I looked it up on YouTube. And it's ruining the batteries. And I got to try to see about that, you know, well, I mean, it's just a charger's tore up, blooming. But I don't know, you know, I mean, you know, I don't want to, like, have to learn how to do all that. I just rather pay somebody. I'd rather Tammy pay them. Going to bed, Tammy? I'd rather Tammy do it, you know, I'd rather Tammy pay them. But, yeah, hey, I'm sure I could get in there and learn how to do it and spend 2 or 3 weeks messing and monkeying with it and all that. But I just rather just pay a man that knows what he's doing to come straighten it out. But I mean, that thing costs too much money to you know what I mean, to sit out there, you know. And then it's getting about time to go, you know. There you go, Luna. Yeah, and y'all know who Hollywood is. He bought a big old nice camper. One like Stevens, they call it a fifth wheel. You know, you got to have a heavy duty truck for that. You know, I mean, it can't be just an average truck. It's got to be a 250 or a 350 or a 450. It's got to be heavy duty, you know. And he's got a big old camper, you know. No, we kind of got to get in gear about that, you know. You know, I think I know how I could go out there and fix my camper where I could use it. But I want it fixed. So, thank you, hello. Hello, what you been doing today? Reading a book, I bet, hello. You been reading a book? Oh, y'all, what? I mean, and then Stephen, I don't know what, you know. Hey, y'all, Stephen's like this Fani Willis thing, you know. Like, don't expect him to tell you what he's gonna do, you know. You have to figure out what he's gonna do. Oh, you ain't read no book. Danny, I see the camera sitting there. Wow. What? Ron? Oh, yeah. You didn't know it, Ron? The transmission's been slipping in that thing for months. So you put it in drive and it sit there and then it catch and go. And I was over there talking to Stevens one day, you know, he was over there live. And I said, you can drive the Camry? And he drove that Camry. And that was it. I mean, I was nursing that thing, but I don't think he was playing around with it. I think he burned a transmission and slapped up trying to get it to go. 'Cause you know he's in a hurry, going to get bent and trying to get back that live. Daniel, I think the first time I watched one of your videos outside of how to video, you were sitting in a dark down at the river, and you seemed to be right where you wanted to be. Yeah. The river. And we got to the sporting club down here, y'all. And I've been down there, not necessarily at the sporting club, but I've been on that river and I've been up by there, 10,000 times on the boat. 10,000 times. And let me tell you what's great about the sporting club. Now everybody's done joined but Edward. Williams joined, Hollywood's joined, Stan's joined, Stevens joined. Everybody's joined but Ed's. You know how much it is a year? You know how much it is a year for that property down there worth millions of dollars that you can go put your camper on? There's a boat landing there. They got water and electricity. $50 a year. You know, what you mean? If you got in there and hook up now, it's $50 a year and $12 a night. To hook to electricity and hook a camper up to water. $12 a night. But also once a month they eat down there, they cook. And me and Stephen and Tammy and William and Billy Joe, and we've all went a few times, you know. And hell, we just me and Tammy like to go, but we just can't remember to go. We get a newsletter. And hell, I mean, we just forget to go. And you know, now me and myself, when I go to weddings and stuff and to the what's that fishing place Stephen always likes to go to? When I go to stuff like that camper, y'all, is no trouble whatsoever. to drive. You would think it would just, just thinking about it, you would think that like, man, I don't want to mess with that camper. But that camper is nothing, to drive. It's nothing. And so, we would drive down there in the camper and sit around and a little while, fellowship. I know everybody down there. If I don't know them, they know me. And we go over there and eat and sit around and drive that camper back to the house. The only thing a little aggravating about the camper is you have to pull in the yard and back down back under the shelter. But I actually can do that pretty good. It ain't a nightmare of me backing up and pulling forward and then backing up and pulling forward and back. I actually can get it under there the first time, but I still kind of hate to do it. But you should go this year, then. Yeah, I was fit to see about that camper, Joyce and I got sick, Blue in here. Hello, Deb. Yeah, I see Blue. Hello, Blue. We're gonna be going back down there. It's good to take a break. And you don't want to go when the river's real high and all that neither, And you can go to Lake Sinclair, But I myself like the river. Danny at Spring, you can record yourself fixing the camper and stuff. Yeah, Ron, I'm glad you said something. A lot of times y'all remind me of stuff. I done talked to Stephen. And we gonna do a little to the camper. And I told him we'll film it, We're gonna do a little bit to it to see how it's doing, And then the man that I know, he lives pretty good ways from here. And he's been here before, But I almost regret having to call him because I'm probably gonna have to bribe him to come. Like what I'm talking about, man, I got the money, just come on. Don't worry about the money, just come on and fix the thing. You know what I'm talking about? I might have to tell him not that. But he's somebody that, he knows how to work on them things, And then I actually looked on the internet and I found out that that's a pretty common thing, And you can simply buy another charger. Yeah, a bribe. Yeah, you can, them chargers go out, And I actually think it's been like that a while. But it's got bad, Okay. Yep. Let's see, the Sportsman Club is about 20 miles from here. And then it's the river too, Like the river is what I love. And then I ain't talked to White Earp in a week or so, but White Earp's got a place on the Ottawa River. It's he's got a camp house down there. And He told me he's gonna put a box in where, you know, where I could plug the camper up. I don't know if he done it. I guess I might have forgotten about it. But he told me he was gonna do it. But like, see, the good thing about that camper, see, I could just drive down there in the truck and go stay in his camp house. I have stayed in there many a day, you know. I mean, Tammy's been with me, and Stephen and his wife, and we've all been, you know. But the thing about that camper, it's just like this house right here. There's everything in this house that I need. And everything in that camper that I need. So, I'm just as much at home in that camper as I am in this house. You know, I don't get tired of it. Sometimes I get aggravated about the dogs, you know, want to go in and out, you know. What happened, Ron? Living life, I don't think I can outdo you on nothing. Hey, Ron, what was you talking about Monique? I ain't talked to Monique in a pretty good while, but I ain't never noticed her cussing much. Hey, Pat. It's been a pretty good while since I talked to her. It's been a pretty good while since I talked to anybody, you know. But like a sailor, where was she at, Ron? Well, I mean, it sounded like Blooming hurt her too, you know. Where was she at? How did y'all hear Monique? Y'all called her up on the phone or something? No, I don't. Hey, me, myself, I don't even pay the cussing no attention, you know. Me, myself. I mean, I don't, you know, oh, she called you? Yeah, most men, I don't think pay the cussing no attention. We're used to that, you know. Well, usually on the Facebook phone, yeah. That's usually how I talk to her, Ron. Now, most of the time, well, let me say this. On a normal basis, most of us men don't cuss too much in front of women. But then we ain't always in our right mind, you know. And she might have been aggravated. I ain't never known of her cussing too much, you know. But it's been a while since I talked to her. They don't bother you neither, Joyce? Yeah, I really don't hardly pay it no attention, you know. When you know, some people's bad, you know. Like normally, y'all, my normal self, I'm not a big time cusser because Tammy will say something to me, you know. So I don't say them, you know. I don't cuss too much around Tammy. And sometimes I have to tell people on the phone Tammy's listening, you know. Some of my buddies, you know. But like if she's not listening, you know, you know, them swearing don't make no difference to me, you know. Because I'm used to it, and I think most of us men are used to that when we around our buddies and stuff. Hey, we might all go home and then we a different person, but when we get together, we talk a little different, you know. Hey, thank you, Miss Carol. Hey, Miss Carol, you are a kind person, ain't you? And I see you saying stuff all the time. If I stayed away from people that cuss, blooming, I wouldn't hardly ever be around nobody. Yeah, you know, a long time ago, Tammy used to let it roll now. That didn't last long with her, you know. Yeah, man, I must have missed everything about that. You know, I catch a little bit of that, you know. There's a lot of people a lot of families that have trouble, you know. You know, a lot of times it's the daughter-in-law. It's more times the daughter-in-law than it is the son. Hey, y'all just getting with it, ain't you? You know what I mean? You know, like there's some that, like, you know, I mean, they don't even speak, you know. I know some that they don't even speak, you know. It's kind of hard to imagine, ain't it? I have had a little bit of trouble with, like, my Stephen, you know, and the woman he was married to. I have had trouble, me and Tammy. You know what they doing, y'all, is they getting you away from your family. Yeah, I've heard it like that too before. Pamela. I've heard it like that before too, the son-in-law, you know. Like, you know, like one of Stephen's wives didn't want him around Grandma. You know, y'all know about that, you know. If you've been watching for very long at the time, you know. I just now looked around this camera to see what that man's got in his hand. That's a vacuum cleaner on the screen. Oh, look out, Boomin. You never heard a cuss word until you got out of high school? Okay. You know, just had to take your word on it there, Boomin. I believe you, Bloomin'. Hey, Bloomin', I ain't never seen you lie on here. Yeah, and you know, yeah, you know, somebody cussing don't mean you bad. You know, I see that alone. Somebody cussing don't mean they're bad. Like Wyatt Earp, he'll help you any way he can, and man, I've helped so many folks, it ain't even funny. But I don't, you know, my normal self, I don't talk like that much, you know. But there was one night there when Bentley wanted to play the drums, and I wanted him to play the drums, but he had to go to his mama's, you know. And Bentley wants his hair to grow out soon. And his mama said, you can go, but you gotta get your daddy to go get you a haircut. He said, she said, not Grandma cut it. Grandma can cut hair off. She cut mine and my brother's hair her whole life, you know. And our friends too, you know. So here's what happened, y'all. She let Bentley come. Bentley said, Stephen said, they cut in that grandma's to get your hair cut. You know what I mean? That's something I didn't never understand, y'all. Cody's mama too, you know. Can't stand grandma. And my brother, other boy, you know, Clay, you know, wouldn't live 40 or 50 miles from here. His mama couldn't stand none of us, especially my mama and my daddy. And I just, that's something I don't hardly understand, you know. Like reckon what, they want grandma to be, you know. Think about what I'm saying. Reckon what they want Grandma to be. She bought school clothes. Ride down there 40 or 50 miles just to see him for 30 minutes and then drive back home 40 or 50 miles. By the way, y'all, just in thinking, don't forget to watch out for Grandma in the morning. Hey, y'all, think about that. Reckon what they would have Grandma to be, that they would be happy, If they could take her and make her the way they wanted her to be, what would it be that they would be happy? Oh, y'all with me out there? Hey, I agree with that, Diana. And when they won't let you come on the school property, you go to McDonald's and get in a fight there. You about get in a fight everywhere you go. I mean, how long can you blame the other person? For you always gonna get in a fight. Some women are just plain crazy, Danny. Not all, but there's a good handful. I think so too, Pamela. I mean, what if Grandma didn't do nothing, Didn't worry about going and seeing him. Pulled a gun on her down there. Like, get off of my property, you know? I don't even think Mama was out of the car, you know? Well, Grandma told me about this, you know? Then she backed up, you know, got out there in the road. The woman sitting there holding the GUN. Mama started driving off. And they was gonna have a big laugh, and she threw the GUN up like she was fitting to pull the trigger. You know, gonna run her off. It was gonna be funny. And Grandma stopped. Right in the road. She got that from her daddy. Her daddy, you know, that's William's daddy. He did not play now. You wouldn't smart off to him too much. He'd snatch you up. And even worse than that. He was absolutely no nonsense. If he was out of line. I've seen him before. And that's exactly where she got it from. So one last story, y'all. I was up there at the lake, at the boat landing. You know, William was up there too, you know. So we left William and come on in. Just kind of hanging around the boat landing for a little while, talking and stuff. I seen William come creeping in there, you know, in his boat, you know, a little while later. And it's, you know, it's like you could see a little bit, you know, from the night light, you know. So he could see me sitting there, but he didn't know who I was. Now, I knew who he was. So I said, "Hey, you run over my damn lines when you come in here." William said, "Well, you should have reeled your shit in, dummy." Well, William didn't even know who I was. And William's like too, you know. He called the man sitting there getting on to him a dummy and come right on into the boat ramp. He didn't go on. And he didn't know if that was something fitting to happen or not, you know. All right, y'all. We had a good night. I'll give y'all a good update. There is actually a little bit more But I really don't think it's worth mentioning. You know, about the Fani Willis. There has, well, I will mention it. But like I don't think there's much to it, you know. So they had a Senate committee in there. That's like a week ago. I ain't mentioned it because it wasn't all that much to it, you know. Just a Senate committee. I don't think they had no power, but it all adds up, you know. Y'all, we'll see tomorrow what happens. Danny, please play the rest of that commercial. It looks like a magic. All right, I'll turn it down. Oh, it's a blower, ain't it? So y'all, we'll see in a minute. We'll see what happens tomorrow. I about can't hardly wait to see how this all unfolds. But I don't think it's going to end good for her. Sometimes, you know what Grandma says, sometimes you might be on top of the hill. She'll have to win tomorrow with the judge. And nobody knows for sure. Nobody. I will say this right here. We all know what he should do. And that's the tricky part. Everybody's going by, you know, and I'm not talking about y'all when I say everybody, but I've been watching some of this. Well, I just about talked out, Carol. I ain't really getting tired, but I don't want to hold y'all too long, you know. But and I'm talking about from other videos I watch, you know, other lives and stuff. People say, well, I heard the evidence. He's going to throw her off the case. Just because the evidence is against her, don't mean he's going to throw her off the case. So, you can't go by what's true. You not sleepy yet, Blue? You want me to stay on here another minute or two? Another few minutes. So see, y'all, they just going by what the facts are, like what Joyce is saying. But like, in this world we live in, the truth don't matter that much. It might with us. The truth might matter with us. But you can go over there to CNN and MSNBC and you can hear one lie right after another. All day long. they tell you how good everything's going? Hey, you're welcome, Miss Carol. Yeah, I always try to talk to everybody. Yeah, Cody's the one that went. Cody went in there and put done grandma's cameras. You know, I got sick and I was telling her to bring it up here, and she said she couldn't take it apart, and I thought she would tell Stephen to take it apart, and then I wound up like just getting sick as a dog. And anyway, she got Cody to do it, and I guarantee you, Cody knows more about the foam stuff than I do. I guarantee you he knows more about it than I do. I would have to learn, you know. But like, I think I could do it, but I bet you Cody done it in just a few minutes. Like this younger generation, you know, they know about them phones now. And then I think Cody knows the computer stuff, you know, pretty good. I don't know if he knows what I know, you know, about the, you know, because I can do it all, you know. Yeah, she enjoys that camera now. And I don't know what I would do without my camera sitting up here, you know, my 4 cameras. I can see when somebody pulls in the yard, you know. And there's no telling how many times I look at that thing a day, you know. There really ain't no telling. Also, when the electricity goes off, you have to get up and cut it on, you know, cut the monitor back on. And it went off, I guess it was yesterday. But like, man, I looked up there at that thing so many times, and I didn't feel like getting up and cutting it on. But I looked up there at that thing just out of habit, you know. Tammy walked in. I said, hey, Tammy, how about cut the monitor on over there? So that thing sat there about half a day. You know, I didn't hardly get up off the couch to mess with it. You know, I told y'all the story a few times. You know, there's a boy that worked with me a bunch of years, you know. His daddy was a computer tech. And that boy that helped me, you know, he hung around here all the time, you know. When we get off work, he just come home with me, you know. He didn't hardly go home. And he's the one that showed me all that stuff, you know. And then, like, after you know so much, you know, you just know what to do, you know. After you learn so much, you can roll with it, you know. I guess the judge hasn't been hearing other law specialists talking about how many times she told a blatant, the judge knows. The judge knows that she has lied. Don't think he don't know. You know, he knows people too. He works in that county. He knows people too. I see that about the HTML course. Yeah, I think I remember trying to tell Grandma about an HDMI cord. It's hard to tell somebody what an HDMI cord is and why it's better, you know. Why it's the best thing you can get, you know. But I think about everybody knows it now. So y'all, I'm gonna get on off of here. But you know, people falling off here too, you know. We done lost about 8 or 10 people. So I think we can get on off of here. I am a little tired. Ain't the reason I'm getting off, but you know, I mean, we done pretty much covered everything, you know. I can't wait to see what happens tomorrow. And this other stuff that will be coming up will be in the future. But I would hate for it to be me, boy. I would hate for it to be me. Hey, thank y'all. I will. I'm fitting to get over there and watch TV and rest up soon. Try to drink the rest of this coffee. Yes, ma'am, you have a good night too. Y'all have a good night. Get on there and watch some YouTube. Watch some TV. Enjoy yourself. Thank Ron for the super chat. And Joyce is always giving super chats. Y'all want to thank her. And I also want to thank Bloomin'. She's always doing stuff. Oh, I will keep y'all informed, Bloomin'. I'll let y'all know what happens. I'll be letting y'all know about everything. I guess it's the concert tomorrow night. Maybe Bentley's here, you know. I'll be watching YouTube or Netflix. Oh man, yeah, hey, Bloomin', I was here when she opened that jacket up. Hey, thank you, Joyce. Yeah, hey, Joyce, you give her plenty. You didn't have to do that. You give her plenty all the time, girl. Thank you very much. But yeah, I was here, Bloomin', when she opened that jacket up. She was so tickled. And man, I ain't just messing with you neither. She was so tickled about that jacket. I wished I would have bought it. I mean, she's talking about, I'm gonna wear this to work. She said, no, I ain't. Somebody might steal it. But, oh man. She don't get excited much. I mean, I'm telling you, she don't. But I mean, she loves that jacket now. And, talking about scared somebody gonna steal it. I want to thank all the angels. All the angels. I want to thank all the people for coming in here and listening. I want to thank the people for putting up with my stuff and not holding it against me. I want to thank everybody for everything. Y'all have a good night. Good night. Sleep tight. And may your dreams come true. Adios for a while. Good night, everybody. We'll see y'all tomorrow at the concert. That's right, Bloomin'. Bye, 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 bye. Good night, y'all.